Hey guys, and welcome to another under 5-minute reviews, and today we're looking at the final deluxe edition of the Hellsing books. Quick review here. It's got a bit of a change. The quality is the same, art still glorious, story is awesome, it's good, it really is. But there's a hitch to this, in that I don't think the ending is good in comparison to the rest of the book. In fact, I think they've gotten the order wrong, which is a real shame. So my recommendation becomes this: if you've not read any of this and you're looking to get these, I would say hold off, get the soft covers and see if you like it. If you love it, get these. If, on the other hand, you've already got the first and second, I think you should still buy this one in hardcover, because you've got the first and the second, and honestly, to go from this big pages to, you know, something roughly that size is going to be a bit of a downer when you've gotten accustomed to what it is. But yeah, I would say this goes from being something worth having to something you want if you're a big fan. Otherwise, I'm not sure it's worth. I don't know if it's that good enough that a normal reader, someone who's just looking to read different stories, I don't think it's worth the investment. You know, I think you're better off sticking to the paperbacks, in all honesty. But so yeah, we'll just flick through as I delve a bit deeper into why I think. First of all, I think one of the problems of why the ending to this doesn't feel that great is because of how satisfying the fight between Alucard and Anderson was. It wasn't just good, it was great. In fact, it was amazing. And it wasn't just because it was cool, it wasn't just because it was gloriously drawn, it was also story wise, you know, like Anderson's got like this trump card. It's called the nail of, I can't remember what it's called, of the nail of something, and it turns him into a monster. And like, as it's happening, you know, Alucard's like, don't do it, don't become me, you know. And it's amazing, it really was. And it was a good end to their tale, and I feel like this might have had a better setup and it wouldn't have felt so kind of let down-ish if that would have been the final fight, if they would have somehow teamed up for something to beat that guy's stuff and then moved on. But I've got other issues as well, like the main Nazi guy, this fella. Big spoiler here, like, skip this if you don't want spoilers. But this motherfucker's a robot. He's a fucking cyborg robot. No, he's not a cyborg, he's a full-on robot. So where did that come from? Like, who saw that coming? I sure as fuck didn't. Robot from what? I don't even know how to like fully react to that. You know, questions like, if vampires can only be created in a certain way, how are these guys creating vampires? You find the answer. They were using Alucard's lover, wife, whatever. They were using her body in order to make these guys into vampires. But even that story is like picked up, you know, just like picked up and thrown away. Like, it was literally like 1 or 2 pages. The fights are all great. You know, Sarah's awesome. You know, no surprise there. She's glorious. But it was such a letdown. It really was. It was such a letdown. Like, Alucard begins to absorb like all the blood, and that crazy chick that was with a robot man jumps into it. She's supposed to have some sort of thing to kill him, but honestly, fuck all happens. He just disappears for like 40 years or something, 30 or 40 years. And then all of a sudden, he comes back and it's like, where were you? Oh, I was killing the rest of my lives, all 3.2 million or 3.7 million of them. Like, come on. I don't know, it's just a letdown. But I have to say, like, honestly, it's almost worth it just for the Anderson fight. Hell, I'd almost say read to Anderson and then stop. Because, like, this is the Butler. You know, he betrays them, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't as good as Anderson. It just wasn't. I think it's because Anderson had that connection, that build-up. You know? I don't know. I do feel like it was a bit of a letdown. And that's the biggest thing. The biggest change for me was that. It was just so undignified. Almost, you know? Just lacking glory. And then to fill out the book, they add a couple of these chapters of this thing called Crossfire. I think it's like a prequel spin-off or something or other. And it's quite good. I'll be honest. It really is quite cool. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it to the point I thought it was just part of the main bloody thing, thinking it was going to come back to Alucard. And then it's like extras, this section, blah, 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 material, so on and so forth. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. So there you have it, fellas. I don't know what else I can say, to be honest. Other than, you know, I'd recommend following my advice. If you haven't read any of this and you haven't put any money into these hardcovers, read the soft cover first. I'm not saying you won't like it. The quality is great. It's just the ending is so anticlimactic. Like, it is. It just is. But yeah, guys, I hope this has been some use to you. Like and a follow, please. Sub.